Good morning, rap stars. Let's talk about parties, rap parties, how to get a good attendance at your rap party and how to have a successful rap party. There's a couple ways you can go about booking your parties. Obviously, there's your new DT distributor and she's launching her business, so that's one. And then you've got your party host, somebody that you know, or somebody that you meet that just wants to try the rap and they know their friends do. And my verbiage for that is just, hey, yeah, invite some of your friends over. We'll do a girls' night in, we'll get you guys wrapped up, and if you have 5 friends that come and get wrapped, then I can wrap you for free. So that's one way to book rap parties as well. I've got a whole list of things that I want to cover off here that are going to give you some tips on how to get the most out of your rap parties and how to keep it really simple in doing it. So once you have a rap party on the books, whether it's somebody's hosting one for you or your new distributor is launching, the next part is inviting people. And what I don't do is just create a Facebook event and invite 100 people or 50 people and kind of hope that they saw it and hope that they show up. That's like throwing mud at a wall and hoping that it sticks. Like if I invite enough people, then hopefully some people will show up. That typically doesn't work. What I do is I create the Facebook event and then I add my friends, post a few pictures on the wall, but then I reach out to every single person that's on the event and I say something like, hey, just check your Facebook event. I sent you an invite to my rap party. Now they don't know what that is, and if they do happen to see their notification and look at it, they don't know what it is, or most people don't even check their event notifications. So I'll send them a message or call them, something along the lines of, hey, I sent you an invite to my rap party. It's this amazing product I found, and this is what it does, with a results picture. Now, if you're a new distributor and you're launching your business, something along the lines of, it's my new venture, I'm starting out in a new business, I'm really going to make a go of this, I'm so excited about it, I would love it if you would come and support me. And you can even try the product, it's only $25 and this is what it does. Give them an idea of what it is, let them know that it's important to you that they're there, that they matter, because you know how it is, when you get an invite to something, you think, oh well, they won't notice if I don't go, it won't matter if I don't go, I'm just one, there'll be lots of others, it doesn't matter. So make each person feel seen and wanted there. So that's the initial, get the invite out and then follow up. Don't just send the invite, follow up and talk about it. And then on the day before the party, I want you to send another message or make a phone call depending on your relationship with that person and say, hey, just a reminder, my skinny wrap party's tomorrow. Can't wait to see you. You're going to love these wraps. I'm so excited. And then the next day, on the day of your party, I make a phone call. If the relationship is, you can make the phone call or, just a message. Okay, can't wait to see you today. This is going to be great. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your support. And the reason I do that, and if you're anything like me, when you get an invite to something and you're like, I might go, I'm not sure. And then on the day off, the kids are driving you crazy and you're tired and you just want to sit on the couch, right? And you're like, I just won't go. It doesn't matter. I won't go. But if you got a phone call from your friend saying, hey, can't wait to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. Then you're going to feel like crap if you don't go, right? You're going to feel guilty. I would. If I got that phone call on the day of a pampered chef party, I'd be like, oh, well, I better go, even if I didn't really want to. And that's the thing with these parties. People are a little bit, before they know what it's all about, they're like, I guess I'll go. They're interested, definitely, but it's not that excitement that we have once they get there. I did a rap party on Saturday. We get there and there's 5 women, they're a little bit older, and they're like, I have to pay for it. Oh, no, you didn't tell me that, I have to pay for it. And can I use it over and over and over again? I can't use it over and over and over again. And this room was so hostile. But once we got into everything, they had a blast. We got 3 orders for skinny packs, and the other 2 that didn't order are going to order and bring in tons of referrals because they know so many people that would want it. But at the start of the event, you know, and one of the women actually said to me, I am so glad I came. I didn't, you know, I wasn't really sure what it was about. I wasn't going to come, and I am so glad I came. I had so much fun. I can't wait to get my product. So make sure that you are letting your guests know what it's about. I was going somewhere with that. I forgot what I was saying. Now, next thing on my list. You see, I always do these lists. I can't keep a track of what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so the day of, the day before, talking to them. Make sure you give your hostess or your new distributor some good instructions to set them up for success with this party. Let them know, you know, if the host is having the party, ask her to reach out to her friends. Give her those same kind of tips that I just gave you so that she knows to do the same things. And let them know, please don't put food out. I know you want to, and that's the conventional way that we do home parties, right? With what are they like? Party Light and the Pleasures and all that kind of stuff. Part of the party is putting on a big spread of food and everybody eats and drinks. Well, we're having a skinny wrap party, so we don't do that. And there's a couple of reasons why. The obvious one is when the wrap's on your belly, you can't eat. So it's just a tease. And the second reason is, if you go to those lengths of doing a big spread of food, then look at it like this. Every single person sat in that room is a prospect distributor. It all sounds great, doesn't it? But they're looking at you and determining from what you do whether they want to do what you're doing. Now, if you went and spent $50, $100, whatever it is, on a huge spread of food, if you spent all morning in the kitchen cooking up a lot of great food, you're telling them that that's what they need to do this business, and they don't need to do that. Please don't do that. And then, you know, all that time that you spent prepping that food, you could have been spending a couple of hours following up and sending messages to new people, or you could spend your time a lot better way. I can do a wrap party, on a minute's notice. I did 3 wrap parties on vacation a couple of weeks ago. It was so simple, so quick and simple and easy. So make sure you set your host and your new distributor up for success with that premise. And no alcohol, obviously, because we shouldn't be drinking when we're wrapping, right? Unless you're doing a facial wrap party, then it's okay. So, what else? 3 stations. It's the day of the party. Here's your setup. You've got 3 stations. Station 1 is your sign-in station. Your guests are greeted. They're invited to sign in on the sheet. They write their name, their phone number, where they're wrapping, and they pay. They buy the wrap. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Then station 2 is the wrap room. Bathroom, bedroom, anywhere that's private, because most people are a little self-conscious about just lifting up their shirt. And then station 3 is the area where we all gather after they're wrapped and we talk through the party pad. So back to station 1. Your guests arrive, they walk through the door, you immediately greet them. Hi, great to see you. Come on over here. Here's the sign-in station. I'm going to have you go ahead and sign in here. And you're wrapping today, yes? Okay? Okay, great. So if you're wrapping your belly, that's $25. We can do cash or we can do card. I've got my Square Up reader. Which is better for you? And I want you to do that up front. Right then. Because if you don't you get that icky moment after the party where it's like awkward? You're like, so you want to say, are you going to pay me? Are you going to pay me? And you don't want to, and then they walk out the door and you gave away a wrap. Don't do that. This is a business. Get paid for your wrap, and when you do it up front and you ask it up front that way, cash or card, it's so much better for everybody involved. So make sure you do that first of all. They pay for their wrap, hand the wrap to them, guide them back to the wrap room. That's it. That's all you do. So that's station 1. Sign in, buy your wrap, and off they go. Don't let people kind of wander into the door and then they mill around. Give them direction. Right straight down to business. Because we want to be efficient and wrap parties should be fast, quick, fun, simple. And you know, people are busy. If we end up making a wrap party take 3 or 4 hours because we're not moving things along, people are going to get frustrated. And anybody who was thinking about doing the business thinks that they need to have a whole afternoon available to do their wrap party. We want to be fast and efficient. So station 2 in the wrap room, depending on how many distributors you have at your party, depends how many people might be in the wrap room with you. So they come back to the wrap room and this is what I do. Okay, we're going to put your wrap on in here. What I want you to do is go ahead and tuck up your shirt into your bra, front, side and back, and shimmy your pants down low across your hips because the wrap is going to come all the way up to here and all the way down to here. So they go ahead and they do that. I tell them I'm going to take pictures for you from the front and from the side. I know, it's the worst picture you've ever taken. You don't want to do it, but trust me, you're going to be so glad that you did because you want to see your results develop. They lift up their shirt, snap the picture front and side, open up the wrap, put it on, saran wrap, go. Next. Whilst you're doing that, this is a good place to build a little bit of a relationship with your customers. Whilst you're doing what you're doing, you can be asking, so what's your goals? How much weight are you looking to lose? What's your trouble spot? What are you struggling with? And what are your health goals as well? Like, get to know them a little bit. This is a great place to do that. They're vulnerable right there. They're lifting up their shirt and showing you their belly that they're just so ashamed of. And put them at ease by making some conversation and showing some interest in them. Like, break the ice a little bit that way. Oh my goodness, I'm already at 12 minutes on the clock. Talk faster, talk less. So then as they are done in the wrap room, off they go out into the living room area. And this should be casual and relaxed. They don't have like rows of chairs, like stadium seating, like I'm going to teach you a class right now. We want them comfortable and relaxed. And when you come to talk through the party pad, I want you to sit down with them. I want it to be interactive, very relaxed, not kind of a stiff presentation. Because again, we are talking to prospect distributors, whether they know it or not, and they're looking at what you're doing to decide if they would want to do it. If you stand up and you give a stiff presentation, nobody wants to do that. If you sit down with them and you just flick through and it's light-hearted and it's relaxed, that's something they could see themselves doing. So always think of everything that you're doing, because it's almost like the less you do, the more people are going to want to do what you're doing, if that makes sense. So I like to break the ice by saying, okay, it's story time, here we go. Hey, this is how easy my company makes it to do this job as a distributor. We're just going to flick through this little booklet here, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the products, how you can get some more. So we're just going to go through this little booklet here, if you'll go with me. And we flick and we just read the booklet. Now, first page is pretty straightforward. If you want to hear how I talk through the party pad, then the recording from the prospect call that I did is available. This is the page where I start to talk about results. And I pull out some pictures here. It's either, you know, on your phone, on your iPad, maybe you've got a little booklet, or just go to CVS and print a bunch of the pictures out and hand those around. That's a great way to do that. And all the pictures that I'm using right now, if you go to the top of the page in photos, there's an album, I think it's called January 29th, and you can just print out those pictures and pass them around, because the pictures really tell the story with this product. And I tell stories. I don't just talk about the facts of what the product does and that kind of stuff. I talk about these people that I know that have had these great results and how they felt about themselves and what it did for them, because that is the stuff that people will connect with. They're going to relate with those stories. It becomes an emotional experience, and they're moved to purchase in that way. And that it changes the atmosphere in the room as well. People are right there with you. They're hanging on your every word, and they can see that you care, and it's not just about making a sale. That's a great way to do this. Let me see, what else was I going to tell you here? Yeah, if you have, if you're a new distributor and your sponsor comes to help you out and do the party pad, a couple tips please. You're there to learn. Your sponsor's not just there to do it for you. You need to be soaking up every single thing that they're doing. So please don't be having a conversation in the kitchen and not present in the room when they're doing the presentation. Please don't be on your phone, you know, that's so rude. Please don't do that. It also is rude to your guests, not just your sponsor who's presenting. And then one thing that's a big bugbear for me is the person who's doing the presentation, let them answer the questions too. It becomes a free-for-all and everybody starts talking all at once. You're chiming in and answering their questions. Let your sponsor take the lead and answer those questions, and then once she stops talking, then the rest of the presentation can continue, instead of her sitting at the front waiting for you to finish having your long conversations with the other people in the room. That just helps the party to move along more smoothly and is a much better experience for everybody involved. And you as the new distributor, you get to learn, listen and learn. That's going to be the best thing that you can do for you. Now, once you get on to the final page in the party pad, this is how we close out. For the longest time when I was doing this, I struggled with how to, you know, ask for the sales at the end. It felt kind of awkward. You know how that is. You get to the end, and I watch newer people do this, and then the party pad's over and they're kind of like, okay, well, let me know. Those 3 wonderful words, let me know. You get to this page and I ask people in the room, so you want to wrap again, right? Yes, you want to wrap again. During the whole presentation, I'm making eye contact with everybody. I'm talking to different people. And then I ask them, so you want to wrap again? Yes. They tell me they want to wrap again, and I give them a choice. What's your choice? I read the options of the loyal customer. I read the options of distributor. I add something like, you know, somebody is going to tell your friends, neighbors, co-workers, your family, somebody's going to tell them about this and they're going to want it. It might as well be you. I mean, you know you're going to be talking about this anyway. We're going to get these great results pictures. You're going to be talking about it anyway. Why not? And then what I do, I have loyal customer forms and I have distributor forms. And I go to each individual person and I'll ask them, so what questions do you have? Do you want the loyal customer form or the distributor form? What can I help you with? What can I help you with? And this is before we even take the wrap off. So the final part of the party is unwrapping. They go back one by one into the wrap room. I use scissors to cut down the back of the saran wrap, take it off, have them rub the lotion in, and then I take the pictures again. And now as I take their pictures, their their after pictures, I'm giving them instructions on how to take their pictures 3 days later. I even demo for them. I'll say I take my own pictures, and this is how I do it. I've got my phone and I stand in front of the bathroom mirror, I lift up my arms, and then I take my phone and take a picture in the mirror, click. And then I'll turn my hips to the side and I'll take the side view, click. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to look at these pictures and try and make sure that your clothing is consistent, the position of your clothing. Don't zoom in too tight, don't be too far away. Try and get things consistent, because you really do need to have those things consistent for you to see the change that's happening in your belly. You know, if your pants are down low on the before picture and then they're up in your armpits on the last picture, you really can't see. So you're going to take your pictures as you continue to wrap so that you can track your results. This before picture that we took here today, that's always going to stay right there. And as you progress and keep wrapping, take a picture every time and just slide that new picture in next to your before picture that we took today. So important to track your results. And I've set up more of that information during the party pad presentation as well. And that is it. I'll send the picture to them, take their order, give them instructions. Make sure you say in the party pad presentation, this is something I learned from Renee Stump. I love this. She said, this is what she says during the presentation, when you get your box, don't open it. They're like, why wouldn't I open it? Well, you're going to go to your computer and log into your account and change your order for what you want it to be on the next shipment. Change it now, because otherwise you'll forget, won't you? Yeah, and then you're going to get the exact same thing, and if you didn't want that, you're going to be mad. So as soon as you get your order, go to your computer and change what you want your next order to be. It just is a reminder that this is a recurring thing for the total of 3 orders. It just is a nice way of saying it. So that's it. Parties are quick and simple and fun. No food, in and out. That's the way we do it. All right, go gather parties.